Yo, guys, what's the deal? How's everyone doing? Hopefully, well, on this beautiful day, sunny outside. It's a great day to look at these videos with you guys. So, that's what I'm going to do. As always, let me know where you're chiming in from. We are growing diversely, and I love it. So, let's go. This video, your rights as a European. Let's see what rights Europeans have. This is, I love to do videos where I learn something. So I'm about to learn. I feel like I'm about to learn a lot in this one. So let's check it out and see which rights that the Europeans have, or their rights. Yeah, we're gonna see if us Americans have any similar rights. Let's see.
There are 500 million people from 27 countries living in the European Union. We have the right to live, work, travel and shop anywhere in Europe. We make over 1 billion cross-border trips every year, and 12 million of us live in another EU country.
Well, hold on. This is going fast. We have the right to shop, live, and work in any EU country. As long as you're European. Did I know that? I think I did know that because you really don't. I think on the ID it shows, like you really don't need to. You don't need a passport to go to different. Yes, if you're in Europe, if you're European, you're traveling to Europe. You do not need a passport to travel. I believe. Let me know if I'm right. In Europe, I'm talking about. Travel throughout Europe.
But sometimes we
Hold on, let's start this over.
27 countries living in the European Union. We have the right to live, work, travel and shop anywhere in Europe. We make over 1 billion cross-border trips every year, and 12 million of us live in another EU country. But sometimes we face barriers to our rights and our freedom to move across Europe. The European Union is working to make sure everyone benefits from the same rights in everyday situations. If you're one of the 75 million Europeans who fall victim to crime every year, you will have the right to support, protection and access to justice wherever you are in the EU. Every year, 8 million Europeans are accused or suspected of a criminal offence. To guarantee a fair trial, they will have the right to information, translation and interpretation, access to a lawyer, and to contact their family and consulate. There are more international couples too, around 16 million of them.
Wow.
The EU is agreeing to common rules to simplify the handling of joint property and to enable couples to choose the national law which applies in case of divorce. If you're one of the 90 million Europeans travelling outside the European Union every year, or one of the 30 million Europeans living in a non-EU country, rest assured, if you lose your passport or fall ill abroad, you can ask for help from any EU embassy of any EU country if your own country doesn't have one there.
Wow, hold on. Now that's crazy. So if you're, let's say in America, they don't have a embassy. If you're from Denmark, they don't have a Danish embassy. You can go to the French embassy and get help. Or you can go to the German embassy and get help. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because if they don't have an American embassy somewhere, listen, I can't go get help anywhere else. That's crazy.
Any EU country if your own country doesn't have one there. For the 97 million working women in Europe who earn around 17% less than men and make up only 12% of company boards, the EU is pushing for equal pay and equal access to decision making. 1 in 6 Europeans have a disability of some sort. They should have equal access to goods, services and technology, whether it's getting a job, taking a bus, or surfing the internet. With a population of 10 to 12 million, the Roma are the biggest ethnic minority in Europe. As EU citizens, they have the same rights as everyone else, without having to face discrimination or exclusion. Thanks to the single market, consumers can shop anywhere in Europe. But only 8% of us currently buy online from other European countries. New EU rules will make it easier for online shoppers to find their favourite products in other EU countries, with the option of choosing a European sales contract to safeguard their rights. For example, when returning goods.
Right.
These rules are good for the economy too, because businesses can trade anywhere in Europe under the same rules.
Yeah.
This cuts costs for companies, especially small ones, which make up 99% of companies in Europe.
And especially when it comes to sticking together, even like right now, you know, with Trump doing all that nonsense, these things here that they have in place will help in times like this, because it's building solidarity, you know, making you stick together, spending money within the European Union, helping create jobs within the European Union, from, you know, and that's important. Especially, you know, it's important to spend money in your country and get things going. But when you're in the European Union like this, and you're battling a giant like the USA with these tariffs, it's very, very much important to spend the money within the European Union to make the European Union more wealthier and more, you know, provide more and have more resources.
Your personal data will be safeguarded. 70% of EU citizens are concerned that their personal data may be misused. That's why the EU is working to strengthen your right to access, change, or delete your data, as well as the right to be forgotten, letting you remove data after you no longer want it to be used. As a European citizen, your rights are protected at home, abroad, and online.
That's pretty sturdy, man. European Union, bro. Hey, listen. It's good. That's good information to know. For real. A lot of stuff I didn't know. I didn't like that thing with the U.S. embassy. The embassy. If you go to a country they don't have your embassy, you can get help from any other European Union embassy. I wonder. Well, hold on. European Union embassy. I wonder if it's any country in the European that's in Europe, not just the European Union. That I'm not sure. I don't think because I don't think you can get help from Russia if you ain't from Russia. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this video. Hey, that's very interesting. If you have any more videos where we can learn some more about the European Union, drop them below. I'm going to check them out. I'm going to check them out. Besides that, see you at the next video, guys.